it's me. All of it is me. And I think that I'm still coming to terms with it. And the reason why I'm beginning this episode this way, I've been trying to find a way to begin this episode, to create it in a way that would be helpful to you. And I have to tell you that doing an episode like this was one of my biggest fears, because I didn't ever, and the one thing that I don't ever want to do with any of you out there, those of you who are just beginning to explore the astral plane, I never want to put you off to going out there or to frighten you. But for me to say that every experience I've had has been positive and wonderful and beautiful, I would be lying to you. That is just not the case. I've had experiences that have been quite challenging for me. This was one that happened at about 3:30 a.m. in the morning. This was definitely a challenging experience. It shook me up a little bit afterwards, but as time has gone by, and I guess it's been almost an hour or so, I have understood more and more why I think I had the experience. And partly, I didn't know if I was gonna do this at all. I honestly did not know. But I do think it will be helpful to you. Perhaps it'll be a cautionary tale for those of you that are just going out. It is very important that you keep your emotions in check before you go out there, because those said emotions can work against you, especially if they're darker emotions. At the time, if there's fear, if there's anger, if there's any of these things, they can manifest themselves into different things. And again, it's not some foreign force, it's not some outside force coming out to get you. It's you. And this is the thing that has been the most challenging to me. But let me get into the experience, and then I'll go over some of the things, or the more important thing that I really kind of learned from this. So for those of you that have been listening to me, and especially in the last few episodes, I've kind of hinted that things have been challenging for me, and they have been. I've been going through kind of a dark time lately. Life gets challenging, I think, for all of us, and we all have our own unique challenges. Everyone out there, everyone listening to the sound of my voice has their own challenges that are going on right now. And I have mine, and sometimes I feel like they're just defeating me. They're just beating me up. When I lay down in the middle of the night, I usually, as always, I've been practicing my Spanish, and it had gotten late, and so I decided I was gonna go to sleep, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna happen tonight, just like I'm never really sure. I had my storm sounds in the background, and I was like, okay, well, if it happens, it happens. But today, again, had been a particularly challenging day, and honestly, I didn't think it would play a part in this experience, but I honestly think it did. I mean, I felt that, that sense of the energy coming on, and then I could feel myself being lifted into the air, but I felt another presence that was there. And I don't know if it felt completely right to me at that moment, but there was definitely something that didn't feel right to me as I was moving. No, you know what? I shouldn't say that it in the beginning, it felt fine. In the beginning, it was that sense of motion and the joy and the laughing and all those things that happen. But there was another presence there. I guess I wasn't really thinking about it too much. I was just like, this is wonderful. This is beautiful. Loving it. What's going to happen next? Something I'm going to be able to share with people on my channel. And I could, though, sense another presence that was there that was maybe coming along for the ride. That's what I'm thinking right now. And sometimes these things do happen. So as I was moving, and then I started to slow down. And as I slowed down, whatever was with me wasn't going away. And I could almost feel it. It was a sense as if someone were holding you from behind. Like I could feel a hand kind of holding me. Now, it may freak some of you out to hear me say something like that, but I'm used to that because my guides hold me like that. But I know when my guides are there, and I know when there's something that's not right because I do trust my instincts. And I knew something didn't feel quite right. I could feel, or I could hear a voice kind of whispering. And I heard something say something about purpose, whisper something about purpose or whatever. And I know, again, I've been going through a challenging time personally, probably with, where my life is going, what my purpose is, all those things. Again, this is a challenge that so many people go through. And so, but for whatever reason, whatever that voice was saying, and I don't remember much at all of what it was saying, but it just didn't feel right to me. And at one point, I was feeling that sense of the being there. And then I just said, you know what? Let me go. It was like, take your hands off me, let me go, that kind of thing. And again, I was sensing it as being hands being on me, but my mind was probably translating that and saying, yes, it felt that there were hands, but there was just another type of energy that was with me. And that energy didn't feel pleasant to me. At one point, after asking and saying, hey, get your hands off me, whatever, I felt myself take the energy and just toss it off of me, just threw it away. And I threw it away with force. When I did it, it went away. It went far away. And as it went away from me, I said, go away and don't ever come back again. And I said this also with a sort of passion and force. Don't come back. Leave me alone. I do believe now, sitting here and thinking about it, that this was some part of me that had been there and that I had kind of manifested at that point that has been kind of bothering me, a darker side of me that was there that I just kind of threw off. And I don't know. It was interesting. Once I did that, I opened my eyes and I was back. So I didn't end up going anywhere. And I laid in my bed and I just thought about it. And I just thought, should I do this video for you? And then finally I just said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I don't know if people are even going to be interested in this or not. I don't really know, but I'm doing it anyway. And I think, again, the reason why I'm doing it is I'm hoping that it will help you in this journey and help you to know that before you go out, it is so important, very, very important, that you're clear. And if you're not clear, don't go anywhere, because you can get yourself into situations like that. But again, this was a learning experience for me. And all of these things are learning experiences, but some are not as fun as others. I have to tell you. And so, yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on this different journey with me. And until next time, take care.